Hey friends, Mike and Jess here.
And welcome to Regeneration Nation TV. Today we're being introduced to a brand new comedian. This is Diane Morgan as she plays Philomena Cunk. And I hope I said that right. But this is best moments from this character that she plays.
Jess didn't want to say the name. She's like, Cunk.
I'm going to say it wrong is what I was thinking in my head. I mean, it sounds wrong altogether. But
it does.
Yeah.
I think that she probably knew that. Like, she's like, I'm gonna make people say this word that it's not even a word, but it sounds like another word. Sounds like a few words maybe that
Gosh.
they're gonna be like, should I say her last name? I'm not
Yep.
really sure.
It's one of those, yeah, you're not really sure if you should say it out loud.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we have to address something right up top though. If you're new here, feel free, skip forward to the video reaction. But if you're a regular, you know something's missing. We had an incident yesterday with the shaver. It got away from me, slipped, created a bald spot, and I had to get rid of the mustache. It hurts me just as much as it hurts you. I hope you know this.
I was there to witness it, you guys, and the
Tears.
look on his face was heartbreaking. I wish I could have picked up all those hairs and placed them right back on his face.
Me too. But it's not how things work. Yeah, it's gonna come back. Okay, I was quite fond of it, and yeah, I miss it. So that's all. That's all.
Just had to acknowledge it. We're addressing
Anybody that's new here that's still watching, we might do some more of this person if you guys ask for it. That's how things go. This won a vote on our Patreon poll, so that's why it's here now. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. We've got links for the original video down below. And let's get into it.
Do it.
Who are you?
I'm Ian Borden. I'm a professor of architecture at University College London.
What is a building?
A building is anything that anyone has built.
So my shoes are a building. How many three wise men were there?
Oh no, that went way too fast. But okay, so this compilation might piss some people off actually, but
She said
it's just an opening door.
yeah. She said, "Who are you? Who are you?
I should have started our video like, who are you?
Who are you?"
Mike and Jess here.
So my shoes are a building. How many three wise men were there?
Who knows?
Ah.
And
I don't understand bread sauce.
It's a great way of making a really savoury sauce.
Bread and sauce are two completely different things, aren't they?
Well, they are, but you can grind the bread down and then cook it in milk to make a really good sauce.
It just looks like sort of jizz. When Henry died,
I didn't know what to say. Just
To be fair, I love out like when you just cut the humor like off right there. You know what I mean? I love like, what is it, chopped up edited footage like that to where it just ends when it's
and
not
you're just left
the
with
original did not end like that, but it's like ending it right there adds a new layer of humor.
Yep.
when Henry died, Edward became king, aged just 9 years old. Edward died aged 15, the youngest anyone had ever died of old age. When you teach a kid Shakespeare...
She says everything she says with such conviction, and it's so funny. It's so funny.
He was the youngest person to die.
Bread and sauce, they're two different things. And like the way she says it.
That dude was like looking around, imagining we're on the last clip again, but he was literally visualizing.
He was the youngest person to die of all.
Do their heads grow physically bigger? Teach a kid Shakespeare. Do their heads grow physically bigger?
no.
It's comforting, isn't it, to realise we don't have nuclear weapons these days?
Well, it depends who you mean by we. The British have got nuclear weapons and have recently indeed decided to increase the number of warheads that they possess.
Yeah, but they're blanks, aren't they? They're full of blanks.
No, not at all. No. These are fully capable missile systems with nuclear warheads. Many other states have them.
Yeah,
I'm afraid
that's
that
how we
nuclear
all
war
feel.
and the threat of nuclear destruction remains very much with us.
Yep. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's
Right,
stone
can we talk
cold.
about something a bit more cheerful?
Anything you like.
Aw. Anything you like.
Do you like ABBA?
I love ABBA.
Yeah. And a feminist.
My
I love that guy, actually.
That was awesome. He seemed so cold, but he was just not. He was
I
feeling
love
it out.
ABBA.
That was the sweetest moment ever. That was like an oh my
Dude,
gosh.
that was so good.
That was an unbelievable heartwarming
She was
moment.
just broken down at the news. I was pretty terrified. I went on a rabbit hole one day. I was like, list me all the damn countries right now that have them. I was like, whoa.
I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Sorry,
Okay,
I'd rather be ignorant to that one.
Pretend like I didn't see that.
Oh my gosh!
Looks
can I
in
watch
the
that
mirror.
again, please? That
Like
was just so
ABBA.
What, the whole
sweet.
thing?
Yeah.
Right, can we talk about something a bit more cheerful?
Anything you like.
Do you like ABBA?
I love ABBA.
Yeah. And a feminist
Love that
looks in the
moment.
mirror.
I can't get enough of that. I'm gonna watch that over and over again. This is this is a comedian who is doing something for comedy, and it is so freaking funny. And she's not even being serious. She looks very serious, and that guy is the most serious dude I've ever seen in my life.
I love
And
ABBA.
he's so sweet. That was the sweetest
I want to
moment.
get that as a little soundbite.
I love
I
ABBA.
love
I
ABBA.
love ABBA. That's my favorite.
Like ABBA.
I love ABBA.
Yeah. When a feminist looks in the mirror, do they see an equal woman or a better woman?
They quite often, like all of us, look for what they want to see and they look for what they hope to see.
You see yourself back to front, don't you, in a mirror? But not upside down. Why is that?
Well, hopefully, because that's the way that mirrors are designed.
What power's a mirror? Sorry, you're not the mirrors expert, are you? And to add insult to injury, that money will most likely have a picture of a man on it, because most banknotes don't have women on them, apart from the Queen, who's on all of them. Maybe one day, human beings won't need...
What? That was confusing for me, being an American, and I'm like, okay, what?
From the Queen, who's on all of them. Maybe one day, human beings won't need buildings anymore. Although, for that to happen, we'd probably need to evolve skins made of bricks. And that might take at least another 30 years. But Beth is startled at dinner by the unexpected appearance of Banquo's ghost, played here for some reason by the letter H.
Which of you have done this?
But what was so great about Henry?
Here by the letter H. What? Is that how she interpreted this scene?
Have done this.
Oh my god. As soon as she said that and then this happened, it turned into a Sesame Street episode for me. I couldn't even take it seriously.
The letter H.
The letter H.
But what was so great about Henry VIII? Why is he the king we all still remember, unlike, say, Richard V? Well, for one thing, he was fat, so he takes up more room in the memory.
So the Andromeda Galaxy is going to hit us.
The Andromeda Galaxy, a whole...
Oh my gosh.
I love her humor. I love this so much.
So they
She
say like
is-
you can only remember so many people's names in your head. Some people can't remember that many because they have certain friend groups, you know?
Oh my-
It's
Takes up
unfortunate.
more room in the memory.
So the Andromeda Galaxy is going to hit us.
The Andromeda Galaxy, a whole galaxy is going to hit us.
Yeah. On about the same time scale, actually.
So could we fall down a black hole?
Yeah, you could fall into one.
Is that the same? Because I heard that you could be, if, you know, this is one way that the world could end, is that we're all just sucked off through a hole.
It's
I mean, that must be terrible. Can you imagine what it would feel like to be sucked off through a hole?
yeah.
Back in Queen Victorian time.
Oh my
She
god.
knew she didn't want to end that statement with just that. Just the
I
first
cannot
question.
believe she framed that like that, dude. Are you serious? I have to see his eyes again when she asked that.
Feel like to be sucked off through a hole.
Yeah.
Back in Queen Victorian
Wait, he
times,
looked
women were
down and answered.
He knew what he was
Oh
answering.
no, he's ashamed of something. Did you see the shame?
off through a hole.
Yeah.
Back in Queen Victorian times, women weren't allowed to vote, even though we had a female king. So some women formed a gang called the Suffragettes. 1 in 20 people has been a victim of crime, which means that 19 out of 20 people are criminals. No wonder we need police. Over the centuries, many things have been used as money, including amber, wheat, eggs, travellers' checks, feathers, book vouchers, lobsters, beads, gold, leather, nectar points, rice, peas, mugs and money. It was only the last of these that caught on. It's almost unbelievable that before Charles Darwin invented evolution in 1859, no one had ever evolved. Without him, none of us would be here today, except in the form of fossils or gibbons. This is the national...
She like just forgot why the camera was following her. She's like, she's so funny.
None of us would be here today.
She's so funny.
Except in the form of fossils or gibbons. This is the National Theatre. It's designed to look so horrible that people are glad to be inside watching boring plays. Today, Britain stands at a fork in its crossroads, and its people are asking questions. Now we've got our country back. What actually is it? Who are we, and why? You know when you read a word in a book and you sort of hear that word in your head? Mm-hmm. How do they get the sounds into the ink to make it play in your head?
Well...
She wrote, "The world to an end will..."
Oh, I can't wait to like watch some of these in full and hear the answers that they get. Well,
I do want to hear.
Cut it right there,
But
and it's so funny.
Maybe because they cut it off, it's the answer that they give is so straightforward that it's not funny. It stops the comedy.
But that's funny too. That's funny too when you ask a stupid question like that and they answer
And they
like it's a real
answer it,
question.
yeah.
That's funny. But cutting it right there is so funny too.
Well...
She wrote, "The world to an end will come in 1881. A claim which has recently been debunked by experts through a careful process of looking around and seeing the world still here." Today, some people choose to turn the outside of their homes into a giant advent crown. A jolly house covered in electric lights may be expensive and use a lot of power, but it's the perfect way to cheer up a world worried about climate change and dwindling resources. Queen Elizabeth I got a crown screwed on.
How dare you? How dare you? I feel attacked. Oh no.
I love the world, but I do love my Christmas lights. Yeah.
Which one do you like more?
Oh my god.
I think it's gonna take you a second to answer that. Do you like Christmas time or the world better?
Oh my god.
There's some women like,
That is a dilemma for me,
man.
actually.
I think Christmas. I do. I really do think Christmas.
I think if the world was our Patreon and our YouTube, I would say the world more. Because some people are just mean. I don't want to be around those people.
Oh my gosh.
About climate change
You know,
and
Christmas is part of the world, right? So it's
kidding.
all in.
And use a lot of power, but it's the perfect way to cheer up a world worried about climate change and dwindling resources. Queen Elizabeth I got a crown screwed on here in Westminster Abbey. It was in this ship Drake became the first person to circumcise the globe, which is probably why this sort of ship is called a clipper. People genuinely globe, which is probably why this sort of ship is called a clipper. People genuinely believed witches were amongst them, their fear fueled by leaked photos like this. Did an explorer ever try to sail into the sky? You know, find a bit of sea that's sort of going up and...
No.
We're often told to feel sorry for those who are alone.
Damn it, dude. Damn it.
No.
We're often told to feel sorry for those who are alone at Christmas. But these days, that's all of us, and it's brilliant. Why did Nelson always have one hand?
It goes too fast, but I want to laugh so hard at every single one of them.
I know, right? That's why I have to skip back, guys, because it goes straight into the next one, and Jess is still laughing. Okay.
Sorry, you guys. I'm crying
don't
right
apologize.
now. I can't stop. Okay.
These days, that's all of us, and it's brilliant. Why did Nelson always have one hand up his jumper? What was he doing up there?
He'd lost most of his right arm, so...
The pagans celebrated the solstice by cutting down holly and ivy and dragging it into their homes, along with a giant Yule log which they'd set fire to. It sounds rubbish, but with no app store to speak of, killing trees and plants was as good as entertainment got, even at Christmas. Despite being the stuff of nightmares, Santa is the world's most popular home intruder. But at Christmas 1914, there was a brief ceasefire. The fighting stopped. Soldiers got out of their holes and joined together in a place called No Man's Land, showing that even at moments of peace, men will still divide into two sides and try to beat one another.
I was wondering where she was going to take that because we know that story.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny and it's so scary too. It just makes me think of the movie Idiocracy because I feel like we could get to a place to where this is a real show and this is a real person and they're not playing a character at all.
Please. Please let us just all keep laughing at stuff like this.
The one about the criminal ratio, and it's like, that means
19 people are criminals.
I was like, okay, Terrence Howard, how'd you get that math? What the heck? Explain that on a podcast for 3 hours.
Funny. Oh my gosh.
I have to see. There's a clip from her on like the Jonathan Ross show. Is that this? I have to see her just like talking
just
normally.
Regular, yeah.
I have to see her. I have to know more about this woman. That is so incredible.
Oh,
I love that so much.
That was awesome. That was a really good introduction to Philomena, and that's all I'm gonna say is just her first name. But
you know, I've never watched a single clip, but the name has popped up like maybe scrolling YouTube or something like that, and I don't know. I always read it Philomena. And Jess was like, I said it a minute ago before we started the video. She's like, how'd you get that?
Philomena.
I'm like, I don't know. Okay. My mind reads words very fast sometimes.
Sounds way more inappropriate than Philomena does. When he said Philomena Cunk.
That's like Philomena Cunk. I'm like, what's that? Ugh. Ugh. Brother, ugh. I'm not watching that. Jess is going to see that in my history and be like, what the heck?
What have you been watching?
Philomena Cunk. All right. That was great, y'all. That was a great introduction.
Oh, gosh.
And I look forward to learning more about this amazing comedian.
Yeah, me too. Definitely.
Right. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, friends.
Peace.
I'm not scared of your love, so show me and let me